When I was a junior, there was a senior named Tyler Brennan, who was also the lacrosse captain. I'd been crushing on him for 2 years, and my friends kept saying he was definitely into me. I believed them. That Saturday, there was a huge party at a house near Whatcom Falls Park, right on the edge of town. Tyler was supposed to be there. But my parents wouldn't let me go out, so I climbed out my window at midnight and snuck out. By the time I arrived, the house was packed and the music was thumping loudly. I saw Tyler by the pavement, laughing at something his friend had said. I spent the next hour working up the courage to say hi to him. He was nice and offered me a drink. We talked for 5 minutes before his friend called him over. "Hey, I'll be right back," he said. After half an hour had passed and he still hadn't returned, I started looking for him. Someone told me they saw him go upstairs, so I went up and found him in a bedroom, making out with Jessica Martinez, one of the popular girls. They were so lost in each other that they didn't even notice me. It felt like my heart was being ripped open. I walked out without saying goodbye to anyone. I was crying, feeling stupid for ever believing someone like Tyler would be interested in me. I kept walking, heedless of the turns I was taking. When I finally looked up, I was in Whatcom Falls Park. The park was dark and empty. Fog had rolled in so thick that everything looked like a dream or a nightmare. The pain in my chest was still intense. Without thinking, I walked deeper into the fog, following the paths with no one else around. After about 15 minutes, I realized how reckless I was being. I was alone at night in a deserted park. I looked around and felt chills down my spine. Slightly shaky, I pulled out my phone and called my brother Mason. He was home from college for the weekend and answered on the second ring. "Delaney? It's 1 a.m. Where are you?"
The Whatcom Falls. Can you come get me?
I said through hiccups. "Jesus, stay put. I'll be there in 10 minutes. I sat down on a bench near the main path and waited. The fog was getting thicker, and I could barely see 5 feet ahead. All of a sudden, I heard leaves crunching behind the bench.
Mason?
I stood up, turned around, and gasped. A man was crouched behind the bench, staring at me. I could hardly make out his face, but as he slowly stood up, I could see his twinkling eyes. He flashed his teeth, making a slurping sound. "Hey there," he sang, chuckling. I backed up.
I'm waiting for someone.
"That's okay. I can wait with you." He stepped closer. I could see his face now. It was wrinkly and so hollow. I could count his bones. "What's a pretty young thing like you doing out here all alone?"
I'm not alone. My brother is coming. He'll be here any second.
The man chuckled. "Sure he is. What's your name, sweetie?" Ignoring him, I started walking toward the exit, fast. "Come on, don't be rude. I'm just being friendly." He followed. "How old are you? You look young. 16? 17? I didn't answer and walked faster. The fog was thick, and I could barely see the path. "You shouldn't be out here all alone, you know. Where do you live?" My heart was racing. I could hear him behind me, could sense he was close. But when I glanced back, he disappeared into the fog, only to reappear right next to me. I screamed and jumped away. He laughed and vanished back into the fog. "This is fun." His voice came from somewhere and everywhere at once. "You're fun." I ran flat out toward where I thought the exit was. The fog made everything confusing, and I got turned around and lost. I saw the gate, the park entrance, and relief flooded through me. The man stepped in front of it, blocking my way. He wasn't smiling anymore. "Where are you going?" He moved closer. "We were just starting to get to know each other." I backed up and hit a tree. Sweat glistened on my palms as he kept coming closer.
Please leave me alone.
He stopped inches from me and leaned in close. I could smell cigarettes. His eyes were dark and empty. "If I kill you right now," he whispered, "no one would even know. You'd just disappear. Another missing girl. Happens all the time. I couldn't breathe or move. Tears rolled down my cheeks, and I was shaking. Delaney! Suddenly, Mason called out from outside the gate. The man's head snapped toward the sound. Delaney, where are you? My brother appeared through the fog. He was 20 years old and built from playing college football. The man looked at him, then back at me. He grinned and started backing up. We'll pick this up next time, he whispered before he turned and disappeared into the fog. Delaney! Mason saw me and ran over. Are you okay? What happened? I collapsed and started sobbing. I couldn't talk and just held on to him while everything came out. Mason called the police and they searched the park, but found nothing. They took my statement with a description of the man, what he said, and what he did. They added it to their files and told me to be careful. I'm starting college this year, far from Bellingham and that park, but I still think about that night and how close I came, about what would have happened if Mason had been 5 minutes later, or if I hadn't called him, or if the man had decided not to wait. How many girls did it probably happen to, and how many didn't have a big brother to save them?